And we are live on Bead Maker and Coffee, the Monday after the Motor Week edition with Sydney Bray Gwynn and Adam Garvin. I'm Keith DuPlessis. I'm your guest host, just subbing in for a few days. So how you doing, Sid?
I'm good. I'm still recovering on the rest and sleep situation, but I'm getting back to normal. How about you, Adam?
Yeah, definitely still recovering, getting excited for the week ahead. But it's been definitely a catch up on the sleep this weekend.
Nice. Well, Adam, since you're here, why don't you give our viewers a quick rundown on who you are, where you're at, how long you've been detailing, and all that good stuff, just to let them know who you are real quick.
I'm Adam Garvin out of McMinville, Oregon. I own Garvin Auto Spa, which has been my full-time gig for about 16 and a half years. I've been detailing for about 25 years, and happy to be a part of the Motorlux McCall's team this year. And Sydney and Keith and the P&S team were awesome hosts, so thank you very much.
Well, thank you. We were so excited to have you. I know we've been wanting to get you on this team for several years. And for those who don't know, a lot of the selection process has to do with who does the Air Force One project. And Adam has been on the Air Force One project now for what, 3 years or 4?
Yeah, this was my third year in a row.
Okay, perfect. So sometimes that causes, where we can't have them on both. And so this year we were able to get Garvin, Adam on the Monterey team, and you did AFO. So that was really putting a lot on you the last couple months. So good job for weathering that. But yes, we've wanted to get you on the team for several years. And so it was so exciting, I know, for both Keith and I to finally be able to make that call to have you on the team. So, and then a fun fact that Adam didn't mention was, since this is Bead Maker and Coffee, is that in a past life, Adam was also a coffee connoisseur. So he knows all about the Bead Maker and the coffee. So we're here for it today. Oh gosh. So good morning, Ramiro. So Ramiro was on the team as well. Thanks for tuning in.
Ramiro was a roomie.
He was your roommate. That's awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. And he's in Big Bear this week, isn't he?
I think
he's turning in Big Bear this week. He's a fellow Detail Mafia member with myself. And he's got a couple small kids and runs a successful business as well as a rep for the P&S East Bay store.
Yeah. Awesome. So so we're going to get into a little bit before we get into questions here. We're going to get into everything that happened this week, but I want to start off by saying, for me is, every year we love the team that we choose and everything, but I mean, I can't say enough this year how everything just went so smoothly, and we had just an absolute rock star team, every single member. We just had such a great week. We had a few people that were sick or couldn't join us for one reason or another, and they were greatly missed. But I mean, everybody else stepped up to the plate and just absolutely, killed the week. Keith, I'm sure you have perspective as well because you run the show, right? You run the logistics. And I mean, this was my 5th Monterey team. And so absolutely amazing year. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it was my 8th year of the 9, and I gotta say probably the smoothest we've ever had. And maybe everybody's plane flights went out late, so we got to stay and enjoy the quail in a bigger way than we ever have before. Which I thought was great. The team got the opportunity to enjoy that reward. The auction was kind of special. It happened on the night of the Motorlux show as well as the following day. I just think the lineup kind of really fell into place for the team. And good morning, by the way, Josh and Lindsay. Looks like
we've got the whole team is here. I love it.
It was great. Just a special event. And again, it is that thing. I say it every Friday at the event. This is the last time this team will be together as it is. And every team is unique. Every team is special. And they all have their own vibe and they have their own thing about them. So, now this year was just a lot of fun. It was a ton of fun. I think a lot of great camaraderie, and everybody worked well together. And we had, had some fantastic characters with us this year. Jamie Buchanan led one team and Josh Petra the other, and they did a fantastic job. So,
yep. Yeah. Yeah. So, oh gosh, we knew this was coming. Where's the mascot, Fat Joe? Fat Joe was with us. We did not load pictures. I apologize. There will be some on social media. He was in a couple stories, but Fat Joe was there. We actually had Fat Joe and his brother Fat Joe with us. So each van had their own Fat Joe leading the way, and it was great. Yeah. So we've all heard Monterey, about the week from our perspective. So Adam, I would love to get from your perspective, what were some of your highlights and your favorite parts of the week?
If you pay attention, McMinville Joe might walk that back fence. There are some raccoons that live on
it.
Oh, nice. So yeah, Fat Joe and Smokey Joe, they were with us all week. They were a great time. It was cool to have those with us. Nothing's gonna change. Mm-hmm. And highlights of my week were definitely listening to the stories that Gordon had to share, and him opening up his private garage to us, and him honoring Bob and the team and giving Bob that banner to hang up was special. Working the auction, just because I am a car guy, third generation born into the car business, and went to auction since I was a little kid. That was pretty special for me, just to see that on a whole new level. And kind of a once in a lifetime experience for myself. I don't think, even though I have a dealer's license in a small dealership, I don't think I'll ever be messing around with that type of car or customer. So that was crazy to see, cars going for $4 million or $6.5 million, or just, other cars just repeatedly going for $1.5 million. So, and just the demeanor of that buyer, everybody was very humble and very respectful, and they would come around and check the cars out before they went across the block, and you could actually have a conversation with them of why they're after that specific vehicle, or maybe they had some sentimental value to it. And then the quail Friday morning, I mean, that was unforgettable experience.
It's kind of a magical thing to walk on that lawn, isn't it? I mean, in the morning, and we're kind of the first people there, and we're out there to kind of get it, if you will, open up the shop, and it just let it set it free for the day.
Yeah. I mean, you get to experience anything from, the dew on the cars in the morning to, the smiling faces when they start walking down the hill, and seeing some of the youth interact with the cars and the car owners was special. And, I don't think the youth really realized what they were experiencing, but just to see kids taking that in and the memories they're going to have for a lifetime was special.
Yeah. Yep. And you guys got to see, I had to leave a little bit early, but you guys got to see some cars unveiled, like Lamborghini, Bugatti. They all revealed cars at the Quail, which is, I remember that was such a cool experience, and watching everyone gather, and it's just really cool. And I think it's, one thing that our team got to do that I know we gave a little bit of a teaser of is that we got to actually pre-detail a car that was going to be revealed. And so we actually went to a private home. A group of us went to a private home. Now, the thing that backfired on us is when we got there, we were told no pictures or video. So there's literally no evidence of us doing that. But we got to do it, and that was, we always have like one kind of crazy off the wall experience while we're there. And then I did get to see that one unveiled while we were there. So that was really cool. But yeah, you just have experiences that you would never otherwise, even come close to. And it's so cool. And you also realize that it's different cars, but it's really not that much different than your regular life, right? I mean, these cars have scratches, they have rock chips, they have owners that love them just as much as our customers. It's just not what you would assume. It's very, very cool to be able to experience that. The Quail is something else. What I think I love is how different the two events are. We go to the Jet Center and we watch this situation happened that I don't know about you, Adam, but at like 4:45, I was like, they're not pulling this off. The party opened at 5, and I was like, this is going to be the first year they are not going to pull this off. There was still stuff everywhere. And at 5 o'clock, party was open, and it was fine. It is the craziest thing to watch this beehive happen for 2 days, and you think there's no way this is going to look good. And then it's just amazing. It's like the coolest thing.
The team van the following morning when you pull in and it's back to an airport and everything's gone like nothing happened the night before.
Yes.
It was like, was that a movie set we just walked through last night?
Yeah, totally. Because everybody's leaving late, and they even have like all the trash off the jetway. Like, it's the craziest thing. Yeah, you think, what happened? Because there's so much that goes into it. But the thing that tells me is I don't ever want to work for a production company, because they apparently work all night long. That's what that tells me.
Yeah, I said it to, I think I said it to Petra. I said, gravity is your friend when it comes to that place. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes down, and it comes down fast. Yeah, those guys, they move some props. So, well, hey, before I jump off of here, I guess we should probably talk about our favorite products for the week.
Yes. Yep. Let's talk about our favorite products. Adam, you want to go first?
Yeah, the product I was most impressed with, being a brick and mortar guy since I discovered PNS, I did have some driveway time before I knew about PNS in my early years, but paint gloss was a very versatile product out in the sun, wiping cars down for auction preview, as well as right before they went across the block. You could kind of use that as a very versatile all-in-one, gave it a little bit more pop than if I was just using Absolute, but wasn't smearing, like a heavier product like Defender was. And I really enjoyed using all three of those products all week, but paint gloss definitely saved the day in that 6 o'clock sun and right before it goes into the auction block.
Yep. Very good. So my favorite product is still going to have to be Absolute. And the reason I'm going to say that one is because, I did work at this event a couple years without Absolute. And I don't think there's any way that I can put into words how much Absolute has changed the way we do this event. And specifically the year that Absolute, so 3 years ago, the year Absolute was being released, but it wasn't released yet. The team didn't know we had it. I had a secret bottle of it. We ended up having to go dump out bottles and make Absolute and put it in it and then say, use this and don't ask questions. Literally, that's how it went down. And we could not do this auction it has just changed the event so much. It has taken out frustration. It makes the cars look amazing. It gives us a great base to use the products like Paint Prep, Bead Maker, and Defender. We've got a much healthier, surface to start with, but Absolute has changed the game. I don't know, Keith, if you would agree with me, but like I have seen the evolution, and I literally look at how much Absolute we went through and Liquidators, and I go, how did we do this before?
Yeah, no, I would say probably, and the bonus has been Absolute's been there since we took on the auction part of it.
Yes, yeah, the auction.
We really kind of don't know what we don't know, which is we don't know how bad it really could be if we didn't have Absolute. But yeah, I mean, really give us one product to just take that piece of the puzzle off the board as far as, trying to figure out how we're going to make this work. I also think it's probably taken 2, maybe 4 people out of the auction team that we would have normally needed if we were using other products, even paint gloss or Dream Maker. Absolute just is so much more versatile, and it allows us to really get down to one towel, one product, the entire car. And that's a pretty amazing feat when you think about it. Now, honestly, we touched all these cars, and a lot of them we put Defender on and we put other things on, but before they roll across the block, it's Absolute and a Liquidator, and we're done. And a touch up to the tires for the dressing, and off it goes and pulls in $4 million. So, hey, it's all about the Absolute on that part of it. But I think, I have to say I kind of rediscovered on the lawn Friday morning Dream Maker again. We've had it for a while. I will say though, there's something magical about the water beading with the mist on the lawn that you get from the day before's wipe downs with either Defender or Bead Maker. We didn't have, and this is why the comments up, didn't have the dew this year. I mean, we did not have wet feet, which was kind of nice on the lawn. But Dream Maker that morning, it's just humid enough that sometimes a product that has SiO2 in it, like Bead Maker or Defender, might streak a little bit or be a little finicky. Dream Maker is just perfect for that environment.
Yep.
You know, that early morning car show where the paint's still cold, there's humidity in the air. It was ideal. So for me, Gordon, it was Dream Maker. You know, I was trying to wipe down with other stuff, and I said, "Nah, the hell with it." Grabbed the Dream Maker and went to work. So
Yep.
With that,
I did too.
We have a new shop.
Yeah, I could
question.
second that, Keith. When we were wiping down that Jag together, and you were using Dream Maker and I was using something else, and when I switched to Dream Maker, it was a Dream Maker. They're not smearing stuff around, pushing stuff around anymore. And to the absolute comment, you know, we had that 3 years ago on the Connie at AFO as well, and
you didn't know you had it, but you did.
The amount of dust and buildup that product can cut through, you know, without having to get a pressure washer out and, you know, do a wash process like that. It's truly remarkable. And seeing that car that Jamie cleaned up this year down at McCall's with the IK pump sprayer and Absolute was pretty special.
Yeah, he cleaned up a dark green, kind of a British racing green 928 Porsche that went for, I don't know, close to $800,000 on the auction block. Unique car, and it was stuck in the port for a month.
Yeah.
In a dirt parking lot. It was covered in dust and water spots, and they did polish it. But yeah, I mean, he used the IK pump sprayer, the big one, and lathered it up with Dream Maker and did the whole car that way. And they did do a full rinseless with it, but you know, what a rescue product. So our first question of the day, and I'm going to get out of here, is from Hans, and it's about a shop thing, Sid, which you've just gone through renovation. And I know, Adam, you've kind of redone your shop over the years and did so a year or two ago with new airlines and some other stuff. So here's the question, and I'm out of here.
Okay, sounds good. So Hans says, why is it when you're planning some improvements at your shop, you always end up with more work? I was planning on painting one wall and a door, and now I'm painting all walls, all doors. Hans, I just went through this. So I literally thought to myself, I'm going to order new cabinets. And that was as far as that thought went. And then suddenly that involved packing up my entire shop, putting it in boxes. Then I realized then I took all my banners down, took all my stickers down. Then I realized I had to paint every single wall. Then I realized I had to take all my flooring out. I scraped 7 gallons, and I'm not exaggerating that at all, 7 gallons of dirt off my floor that was underneath my Swiss tracks. And then, it turned into weeks worth of work. And then I did all that, and then the cabinets didn't show up for a month. So I feel you on this. I totally feel you. But sometimes it's nice to do a total reset. Like once I was done crying from all the work and the extra expense, it was nice to have a full reset. So yes, I think everything's always more work. You always have to say, if you're going to go to Home Depot, you're going to go 3 more times. At least that's what happens to me. I never make it one time to Home Depot. Is that just a me thing?
Oh, no, definitely not.
I always have to go back. So
yeah,
funny.
Especially if you're running new air systems or water lines or anything like that. You're always running back for that one fitting you forgot. So
it's nuts.
Hans, I think that's just life. You get into a project and then you get a little bit more motivation. You get that adrenaline pumping of what this could be if I just do this one extra thing, and before you know it, you're down the rabbit hole with both feet, and you're going for it. So I feel you on that, but congrats on the revamped space.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. So we've got Alex is here. I know I saw him on Facebook. He just switched to YouTube. Alex Caulfield was on the team as well. We've got several people from the team here this morning. So that is so awesome. Corey Taylor. This is really cool. I read this. So Corey said, apply a few sprays of paint gloss on your drying towel and then wipe off the Absolute. No streaks and a lot of gloss. That's a great tip. I usually always spray Absolute on my towel, but now I'm going to try the paint gloss. That sounds like that's a great combo right there. That's awesome. Juan says, what's up? We are here this morning and so excited. Juan Gonzalez, good morning, guys. Good morning. Born Detailers, I think this is probably Shad. What's up? He was on the team as well. So great to have him with us. Lindsay, look at the whole team is here. No 6-trip Home Depot minimum. Yes, unfortunately, sometimes that's the way it goes, right? Lindsay was there. She was a rock star. Nelson, Puerto Rico in the house. That is awesome. And Eddie Cologne. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Eddie. Thanks for joining us. Hans, and now I will be doing a lot of small improvements. Sin's on and busy now. Why not, right? Yep. Not planned. Never is, Hans. Never is. Never is. Never is. Hey, I have a great question that came in. I was hoping this gentleman would be able to join us, but we had a great question come in this morning out of that I would love to hear your answer on. So we had a question come in on Bead Maker and coffee. And it was, so he put it up about 45 minutes ago, and it was his first detail on a fully wrapped car. And so he was wondering, was there anything different that he needed to do or any special care that he needed to take, any different products he needed to use? So I answered it on Bead Maker and Coffee Lounge, but I would love to hear your answer because I think you probably see, because your shop's very diverse, right? You do PPF, you do tint. So I would love to hear your suggestions for folks on detailing cars that are fully wrapped.
Detailing cars that are fully wrapped, you definitely want to be careful and cognizant of anywhere that there's, penetration with that wrap from a rock chip or a door ding or something like that, especially if you're not using Absolute to clean it up and you're going through a full wash process. You don't want to get any water or air behind that wrap. Your edges as well. Sometimes edges can be lifting, and so just document that before you start so you're not the one held responsible for that when you get done. And then a great product to put on top of that wrap when you're all done is Defender. And that'll be something that protects that wrap. It's easy to apply, easy to remove, and get some additional pop out of that wrap. There's so many different materials out there for wraps now. If it's a printed commercial wrap, what was it printed on? 3M 1080, or was it printed on a lesser product, which got them a better deal, but it just doesn't hold up to the UV damage. So a lot of it will depend on the condition of the wrap, and if it's too oxidized, or if you see a wrap starting to crack, it's end of life, and you're not going to save that wrap through any sort of product application.
Yeah. That's essentially what I told him too. I said his biggest risk was going to be he wanted to use Pearl, which is totally fine. But like you mentioned, I just let him know if he was going to be using a pressure washer that he needed to, well, even without using a pressure washer, but you need to go around and check all the edges, look for any peeling, cracking, anything like that. Because that's really like your biggest risk with a wrap is, having it come loose, that adhesive to break free. And then otherwise, hopefully he's not working in the direct sunlight or anything like that. So yeah, perfect. I just loved that question. And I was like, oh man, if you're available, come to Bead Maker and Coffee. Cause that's a great question. And I know that, especially in my area, we have a lot of, it's like $5,000 to $7,000 to have like a company vehicle wrapped now. Right. And so I have a lot of companies that bring their cars to me to either have them ceramic coated or, just to maintain, because that wrap has to be maintained. If you don't take care of it, it will break down and you lose all of that. So it'll have to be done in a couple years. So for sure. So Juan says, I can't wait till the winter. Oh, go ahead.
If you hear of somebody shopping a wrap when they get their wrap, make sure to get them a coating on it right away. And then
Yeah,
it's a lot
for
easier
sure.
to maintain, and it'll get them some extra longevity from the UV inhibitors that are in that coating.
For sure. For sure. Juan says, I can't wait till winter to redo my floor and put the grass look inside my shop. I have not heard of that. Is that like some new epoxy that looks like grass? That sounds crazy. Real quick, since we have so many people from the team here in the comments, I would love if Lindsay, Alex, Ramiro, all you guys that are in the comments, Shad, please leave a comment and let us know what your favorite part of the week was. I would love for everyone to share their experiences, because we're all just fresh off the week, and so since you all are here, I would love for you to join in as well. Yes, first from Puerto Rico, not using a pressure washer is better on wrapped vehicles. Yes, for sure. I don't use one, but definitely something to watch for. Even when you're still pressure washing the wheels and tires, I still am very careful, even though I don't pressure wash cars. I still am very careful and cognizant of the fender wells, because those wraps usually wrap underneath them, right underneath that lip. So again, even when you're using it on the wheels and tires, you still want to really watch that wrap, because if it starts peeling, you're done for. And yes, Joey Belinsky did pop up in the comments. Joey was supposed to be on the trip with us, and he ended up getting very sick right before the trip, and he was unable to join us, and we were so sad. We missed him. We were so bummed that he missed the trip. And yes, I hope he's feeling better. I have spoken with him a couple times. But yeah, that was a real bummer. We certainly missed him.
Look forward to meeting you on the next one, Joey. I don't think we've met before, but hopefully I'll see you.
Yeah. Yep. Good deal. He's doing much better. And hey, Keith, if you want to pop back in for a minute, we forgot to do something at the beginning of the show. So PNS had a big event yesterday, right? So some of you may know it's probably been about 3-4 weeks. We did a contest because the PNS Instagram was on the road to 50,000 followers, right? It's been a big deal for us. Because, we like to do it organically. We don't use ads or anything like that. So it's a little bit harder for us to get there. But we were getting really close. And so we did a contest. We started it 3-4 weeks ago. And last night on Sunday at about, 5 p.m., we finally hit 50,000. So that was a huge deal for us. Super, super excited. So we can actually announce the winners today live. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to bring Keith on because I know he has known, just this whole journey for, social media. And I mean, it's really been like we really started to have to take social media serious during COVID, right? Because it was the only way that we could connect to people. So that's kind of where we turned our program around and took it seriously and really made it a really great thing for PNS and a really great way for us to connect and, make sure we're staying in tune and programs like this to make sure that we're connecting with our detailers. So I have a couple winners. And so this is going to be like kind of a surprise box. So it's going to be full of fun stuff to thank you. And so it was an Instagram contest, right? But we also had people participating on Facebook. We weren't going to leave our Facebook viewers out. So I do.
Yeah, it was kind of a social media contest, but it was about the Instagram. Yeah. And just so everybody knows, when Sydney kind of put the emphasis on it, if you will, when COVID was going, we were at 11,000?
11,000. Yeah.
So, in 3.5 years, because really about
that was at the beginning
it was
beginning of 2021. Yeah, beginning of 2021, we had 11,000 followers. Yeah.
And so to hit 50,000 is a huge thing. It's 100% organic. And for those of you who follow the group, 2 things you don't say to Sydney is let's mess up the algorithm, right? And then can you buy some ads? That's the other one. So we've never done that. So it's really been Sydney's hard work and all of you guys out there in the, I guess, if you will, universe of social media who've done this. And so it's really cool. I mean, from my perspective, I get a touch point with customers every day, but really our touch point with our fans, with our customers who use the product is our social media. So to hit 50,000 is great, and thank you guys for that. It's super cool. So
for sure.
How does our winners, Sid?
Total team effort. Okay, so from Facebook, so obviously go tag all these people, but from Facebook we had Michael Abernathy was the winner, and then his friend that he tagged that won is Ryan Smith. So I'll get a hold of those guys. And then on Instagram, I chose 2 people and 1 friend of each. So we actually have 6 winners total.
Wow,
so
nice.
Because we had, and I didn't write down how many comments we had, but I mean, so many entries on Instagram. So we've got number 1 is going to be Gonzo Detailing. And their Instagram handle is Gonzo Detailing 60515. And then their friend that wins is Auto Dermatology, which I love that name for a business. That's awesome, by the way.
Yeah,
and then number 2, we've got 4 Doors More Detailing. And that's literally their handle is 4 Doors More Detailing. And their friend is Prime Detailing 813. So congratulations to all 6 of those winners. I will get all of that out. But super, super exciting. So you'll see we'll have a graphic up later and all that kind of stuff. But again, just really wanted to publicly thank all of our friends and followers. I know a lot of them are on live this morning, and it really has been a team effort, sharing, the passion of PNS and the products and the team and the unity and everything. So I was really excited when we hit it last night and that I would be able to announce it on the show live this morning. So didn't want to miss that. I'm super excited about it. All right. So back to the previously scheduled program, right? We've got a couple people writing in with
maybe for 100,000, if you're our 100,000, you can come on Bead Maker and coffee in the morning.
Yes. And I did, let me look, because I'm actually I'm going to have a 7th winner, because I was able to catch, which is hard to do. I was able to catch who the 50,000th person was, right?
Oh, wow.
Because you really have to be watching so you know exactly who it is. So he's going to get a package as well. So number 50,000 was Natty by Nature. It doesn't have his name. It looks like he's from the Pacific Northwest. But anyway, so Natty by Nature was the 50,000.
Sasquatch chapter. Well, if he's close enough, Sid, maybe a personal visit.
Yeah, I'll have to look up where he is, but it definitely says Pacific Northwest. So we'll figure that out. But anyway, so super exciting.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
I'm out of here. Cool.
All right. So Juan says, it's always good to do before and after pictures and video everything that you do for yourself and the customer, depending on the type of vehicle you have. That is so absolutely accurate. And I think it's the thing that I know I fall down on the most. I'll totally admit that. But it's so important. And there has been, lately I've been really bad about taking pictures just because I've got so much going on right now. And that's such a great reminder. I had a couple years ago, I had a customer, essential oils are a big deal right now. And I had a customer that it was a Toyota Highlander, and I went to clean the center console and I cleaned it, and a bunch of some stuff peeled off. And I literally looked down and I looked at my towel and I couldn't see the part that peeled off. And I was like, what just happened? And I was totally freaking out. And so I took pictures after, and I sent it to the customer and I said, hey, do you recall if this had any damage before? And she wrote back and went, oh yeah, no, I spilled lemon oil. It ate through. That's not you. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. But what I didn't think about before I had a little mini meltdown was that I did take before pictures. I did have them. And so actually when I went back that night and looked, I was like, oh yeah, there it is. It was just under all the dirt and I couldn't see. And so that is so important, because what if she would have been one of those customers that was like, you damaged my whole center console? I would have needed that, before picture to show that, no, there was just a lot of dirt covering it. So yes, before pictures are very good. Yes, the hardest part of before and after pictures is remember to take the before. So true. So true. Very, very true. Corey Taylor. All right. So into some of the team testimonials. So Corey Taylor loved how the party was going on during the auction. Got to detail cars and hear music. So it made the night go fast. That was pretty cool. That was super different for me. And it was a little bit interesting with people walking back and forth in between where the cars needed to go. I think, Adam, you were on some security detail for that for a little bit. That was a little bit interesting, but it all worked out. But as the night went on, the patrons got a little bit more feeling the alcohol a little bit more, and it was a little harder to stop them before they got ran over. But yeah, the auction it did add a total new element to the party that was pretty fun.
Their lines were blurred on who was doing a wristband check and who was doing a don't get hit by a car check.
Don't get hit by the car. Yeah. I know everybody would walk up and say, "You can't cross. There's a car coming," and they'd hold their wrist up, right? It's so funny. The details in me. Congrats on 50K. Thank you. It's a huge thing for PNS. We're super excited. All right, Lindsay Rose. This one's going to be hard because I'm going to have to somehow go back to. I lost where I could read the whole thing. So incredible experience at McCall, and it was more than I could have imagined. The best part was connecting with other detailers, hearing their stories, and realizing how much we all share in this journey. Meeting Gordon and seeing his bond with Bob and Dave. And then Keith, do we have the whole, I can't go back and look, unfortunately.
She went on to give a shout out to you and how much.
Yeah, I can pick up from there. Bond with Bob and Dave.
Buff like a grill.
Yeah. Let's see. It truly shows the heart behind the project. Having Josh from the Rag Company as a leader was beyond cool, and spending time with Sydney, whose story resonates so deeply with mine, was inspiring. She's doing so much for the industry as a female, and it was amazing to be part of that energy. Touching cars worth millions, working on hundreds of supercars, it was mind-blowing. The experience opened a door in my mind that I didn't even know was there. # buff like a girl. So
awesome.
There may be another one in here. I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah.
I think we got all Alex.
She left those Motorlux swings out. I figured that was one of her favorite.
Yep. The swings, those are always my favorite. Always.
What happens on the Motorlux swing stays on the Motorlux swing.
So great. Alex says, my favorite part of the week was wiping down the cars with Absolute before the auction and getting to hear them turn on and drive up the auction block. That is really cool. That's a good point. Very, very cool.
Yep.
Love it. Yep. Or when they don't start up, right? And hearing everybody have a meltdown.
Oh yeah, the
there was a
panic.
couple of
They had
those.
I think it was a Porsche or a Ferrari that was a race car. It's a Porsche. It was a one-of-one type of deal, and it was going for $4.5 million, and it was not starting before it rolled up the ramp. It magically drove up the ramp and started and drove off the ramp. But it's like a million little ants go into panic mode. It's like, everybody's doing what I used to call the uh-oh dance. And you're like, oh, guys, here we go.
Yeah.
Right,
the jump box didn't just jump the car. It jumped the blood pressure.
Yes, yeah. Did they have any, I might have missed it, but did they have any that ran out of gas this year? Last year they had a couple that totally ran out of gas, and it was so funny. I was dying.
Yeah, they had a gas can there this year that they topped a couple off with.
That's hilarious. So funny. First from Puerto Rico, 50K. Yes, we finally hit it. Oh, Eddie, Spanish people don't use essential oils. We use Vicks. Hey, they're not knocking Vicks. Vicks is good. I still use Vicks. Was there any new nicknames created for Tony at Monterey? No, Tony had a family situation come up. He, like Eddie, was unable to attend. We were so bummed. So no new nicknames. No new nicknames. Jamie the Cleaner, I love Vicks. Vicks is good stuff. Yep. Little Tussin, it's a party. I think, you know what, these guys are coming off where they just literally had a party with Tussin and Vicks last week. So the essence of Vicks would be a dope scent. Is it spearmint? Oh no, it's menthol, right?
Yeah.
Menthol. Has everybody been sick? Is it like back to school time? Vicks canned noodle soup, and the price is right when you stayed home from school. Yes. Yep. I would take the TV guide and I would circle everything I was going to watch all day. I was so excited.
Price is right and Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep. Juan says, do you guys ever come to Wisconsin to do events for detailers? There's not much exposure here for companies. You know, Juan, it's definitely on our list, is trying to figure out how to get more out in that area. So stay tuned for that. It is something that's definitely on our discussion, our vision board of how to get our events, kind of in the Midwest and the East Coast a little bit more. So we are working on it. So, yep, stay tuned for that. Lisa Terry says, congrats on hitting 50K. Thank you. So great. Lindsay says, shh, Adam. No, talking about the swings. I think that was for what that was for. Oh, the swings were great. We had a good time. There's a lot goes on behind the scenes, right? Alex says Sunbeam. I don't know what that's relating to. Does that mean anything to you, Adam?
I
Not,
that
oh,
doesn't ring a
oh,
bell.
does he mean Sunbeam, like the brand of like dehumidifier? Is that maybe what that is? Or humidifier, not dehumidifier. Piper, you're gonna have to wait. Humberto, don't make Eddie say eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus. I guess menthol, they do put kind of the eucalyptus scent, right? That's a nice scent. Oh, so not that we're going to give anything away, but the team did get to see 2 new products that we're working on. So, we do like to always take a couple, irons in the fire or ideas. So we do like to, oh, look at that. Is there anything new and exciting coming up for PNS? New products, new ventures. What's PNS doing next? So Adam, without giving any clues on what the products were or what they're for, what did you think of them?
I mean, the reflection that it gives on chrome is awesome. So definitely happy to see that, and excited to try that out on some Harleys up here in the Pacific Northwest, because the chrome just gets trashed on those bikes when you get in a rainstorm. So that'll be nice to have that in the arsenal when it's released. And I definitely think Dave hit another winner on that one. So congrats to Dave and Team PNS on that. Now we just need to get a label maker going.
Yep. We need a label maker. We got to get, So we're excited. We actually had 3 products, but one we didn't get to play with. There just wasn't quite the right setting, but yeah, we're really excited about that. So the team did get kind of, to a peek inside. So that was fun. A funny part of the story was, we had a few people that when they came to PNS, man, they had their like bloodhound noses on, because there was a few people that spotted those things like within 2 seconds. Anthony Brown Jr., I mean, you couldn't get anything past that guy. Lindsay couldn't get anything past her. Shad, we would try to hide them and whatnot. And I mean, they figured them out right away. So that was super funny. Super
That
funny.
other product that Anthony spotted in the training room was a highlight of that day. That was pretty funny. That's a great product. I'm excited to see those come out. But I don't know how to reference that without giving it away. So
it's super exciting. Off the wall, super exciting. All right, the little green car that didn't start. Yeah, there was a couple, and I can't remember what the one at the end that wouldn't start, but there was one. It was like there was like 3 left. And it was so funny because the car would not start. And I just thought anything to make this night go on longer, right? Because it had been forever. That was on the Thursday night one. That it was so late. We'd done 97 cars or something. And it was late. And it was like third to the last wouldn't start. SPG, gallons of frostbite. When's it coming out? It should be any day, honestly. So within the next 2 weeks, I'll have to check with Bob, but I know everything's ready to go. The labels are ready. Everything's ready to go. But we, before we officially release it to the public, we release it to the distributor so distributors can bring it in. And we should be right there. We should be right there on both rehab and the 8-ounce bottles of gallons of frostbite and 8-ounce bottles of rehab. We should be right there. So hopefully this week we can give an update, but yeah, they should be good. Christopher Terbiero says, good morning. Hope everyone got home okay. I think everyone got home. I didn't hear of any delays or anything crazy. So I think we actually had pretty good flights and nothing crazy. Hans says, what is the scent in rehab? That stuff smells like a drink. It is watermelon lemonade. Yeah. It smells so good. So good.
The PNS like the watermelon was pretty awesome too, to see how you guys do all that from the ground up, and that that's definitely.
Yeah. What did you think about that? I always wonder, like, I know what I thought, but I got there pretty early on in my industry career. Like, obviously I'd been a detailer for a long time, but how did it compare to what you were thinking?
It's pretty remarkable to see things, start from nothing, just the old school mixing tanks, the bottling lines, the camaraderie of the staff was awesome to see. I mean, it was a Monday, so everybody wasn't there, but the staff that was there was having a great time. You could tell they were genuinely happy to be there, and that's why PNS has 20 plus year employees on their team. So,
and you were with me, so you got to see the basement. I heard Keith didn't show his the basement.
Oh, the basement, man, that's a special trip right there.
Yeah.
Anthony Brown Jr. had to come twice to see the basement, so I feel honored to see it on the first visit.
Yeah.
I showed him the door. That's all you get. You get the door. That's all you get. And Ramiro, first rule of Club 308, Bubba. Just saying, buddy. First rule of Club 308.
Club 308. I can't wait to see the shirts for next year.
Yeah.
I can't wait. All right. B. Riley said, question, what can I use to protect raw aluminum once it's polished? I threw Legend on, but I think it just sucked it all in. You know what? This is a good question because I don't know the answer. Keith or Adam? I'm just being honest. I'm afraid to death of raw aluminum, and I don't see it a lot in Idaho. So I'm just being totally honest. Don't know anything.
So raw aluminum, the only thing I've ever got any runtime out of raw aluminum, and it's not something really for automotive because it takes down some of the finish. There's a product called Shark Hide that I use on aluminum boats that go in the ocean, and that's just more of like an anti-corrosion coating. But raw aluminum is it's high maintenance. It's something that you actually have to keep up on. There's products that can get you a little bit more time, but you're not going to ceramic coat raw aluminum, or there's no miracle product for it that gives you that high finished look that's going to last outside of clear coating it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem with raw aluminum. It's so porous, and everybody says, well, hey, you guys do aluminum up at the museum at Boeing, but the truth is that's actually got a layer of a coating on top of it, so and make it shiny like that. So if there's a marine guy out there who has an answer, would love to hear it, but the porousness of that really makes it hard to do anything with after you've polished it out. I guess the other option is don't polish the aluminum. You don't have to worry about it, but that's a tough one. I don't have an answer. PNS doesn't have a specific product that I think we'd say do that with. You might try Defender, but because I've never used Defender, I've tried Bead Maker. I've seen coatings put on them, but it's just a tough surface. So.
Yeah. I'd probably be scared to death of it.
Yeah. Great point. You probably end up in rehab.
Yeah. Yep. If you drink it, you probably would end up. Yep.
I don't know what double tap is, so that's a whole different conversation here.
Yeah. He probably means like Bead Maker or something. I know literally the flies come out when I use Bead Maker at this time of the year. Yeah. First Puerto Rico, not to mention, which is why it hydrates because of that IL ingredient.
Don't know. Yep.
Don't know.
I think they're still on the Vicks and Tussin conversation.
Oh, yeah, I've kind of just. Okay. I'll be honest, guys. I was getting overload, so I had to kind of move on to other conversation.
All right, Super Auto Eddie. Those gallons of frostbaits will be out when the small bottles of rehab are released. Yeah, they should come kind of in tandem.
And we are not walking away from the idea of rehabbing a gallon as well, but that's not on the table today. So, yeah. And this is our last question on my list here.
Cool.
Again, what's double tap? Somebody explain this to me.
Yeah. I don't
know.
There's another question from Daniel Grimsley.
Oh, now see, look at that. Here we go. SPG, walk us through.
Oh yeah, this one. I saw this too. Yeah, so Eddie and I were talking about this last week. So walk us through your cleaning and dressing leather seats, especially for those with vinyl vegan seats method. So for regular leather, I obviously, use a brush or a sidekick to scrub it with either cockpit or express interior, whichever one it requires. And then I will use a steamer, but I steam it into the towel. And that I'm just using, a little bit of moisture and the warmth to, wipe everything down, make sure it gets nice and clean. I find that it cleans faster. So I definitely do that. And then for dressing, if it's regular leather, I either use the leather treatment, which I put on with an applicator, or most of the time I use natural finish though. I just really, really like the finish that natural finish gives. So most of the time I'm just using natural finish, again, applied with an applicator. But I know last week Eddie was having some issues with a vegan leather seat in a Tesla. So what I do for Tesla seats, because those can be very difficult because they're not very porous and they don't really absorb anything. So whatever you put on top of it just kind of sits there. So for vinyl or vegan seats, what I do is I usually take Swift. I used to do it full strength. Now I cut it 1-to-1. I find that it works much better on that non-porous, vinyl, because that's what vegan means is vinyl. It just means there's no leather in it. And I do Swift 1-to-1, and it's enough to give it a little bit of protection, not too much where the seat can't absorb it, and it usually leaves a really nice finish. So, and then depending on how dirty the seat is to begin with, you may not even need to clean it since we're using Swift, but I still use Swift all the time just as a protectant, even though it is a cleaner protectant. If I'm looking for a really light protectant, there's a lot of times that I still clean the seats with Express and then put Swift on top. It's a great combo. So I love that the product's super versatile like that. So definitely, if you've struggled with Tesla seats, I urge you to try Swift at 1-to-1. And Eddie, I would like to know how that worked out for you, and if you've had to go buy your 5th bottle of Swift. Eddie, can I use it to exfoliate in the shower? I'm not sure what he's talking about.
He's talking about double tap, which is
I think we're not in the same conversation. So
yeah. Okay, so we can't use 32 ounces. I have 30 ounces of Merca Polish Shine. I'm thinking they're talking about like some other kind of shining thing. But I saw one that asked about a wrapped vehicle, about something.
I'm looking for it.
Yeah. Oh, Joey says, did anyone see the attic this time? No, we did not show them the attic. I think Joey Belinsky's the only one that has ever seen the attic. And Joey got lots of great stuff out of the attic. Yeah, Carhartt jackets. He found all kinds of stuff in the attic. Only Joey gets the attic treatment. Yep. I think only Joey, and Jamie was there. So Jamie saw the attic, but Joey literally saw the attic. So, yep. B. Riley, thanks, Adam.
This is a good question.
Yep. How does Joey fit in an attic? Well, we have very, very, very high ceilings at P&S. So he fit just fine. He fit just fine. Actually, truth be told, it was Bob up in the attic yelling down to us, what did Joey want from the attic? Not sure what that was. Okay, so Daniel, this is the one I was thinking about. I got a call to detail a wrapped vehicle and wanted to check with you guys on specific process that needs to be taken. I currently use P&S Pearl Shampoo and Bead Maker for my exterior detailing. Any advice is greatly appreciated. So this was the question off of Bead Maker and Coffee. So we kind of touched on this earlier. So I think, the most important thing here is just that if you're using Pearl shampoo, just really be careful with the pressure washer. Like, are you doing it with a hose or, and always, rinse from the top down, try to not hit any of the edges. But Pearl and Bead Maker are both going to work on a wrapped vehicle just fine. The other thing what was the other thing that you mentioned, Adam, about wrapped vehicles? Because he just came in.
Just checking and, doing your before and afters like you should on every vehicle, but definitely on wrapped vehicles, checking for any penetration points from a rock or a door nick. Any of the edges when you open those doors and where they typically roll the edges. If there's anything lifting, document that before you start. And then Defender is a great product to top on a wrap when you're done. If it's a fresh wrap, definitely try and get them on a coating. If it's a matte or satin wrap, for sure sell them on a coating, because that wrap is going to stain a lot easier from bird poop and tree sap than a commercial print wrap or gloss wrap will. So you can use those
for sure.
Great value adds to get that coating sale.
And triple F isn't bad on a wrap either, so could go that way.
Yep. Jamie the cleaner. Good luck on raw aluminum. Yep. Good evening, buddy.
Somebody is in a different part of the world. So Christopher Todd Robinson, I will be with you this week. Josh and I are going to South Dakota. Christopher is with DSI. So people are asking, where are we going to be? We'll be in South Dakota this week. And we got a bunch of calendar stuff to cover when we get to the end. It's kind of crazy when you guys better take out your notepads for that one.
So we already did this one.
Yeah, some of these are popping back up. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Yep. Oh, so the double tap is a car soap. It's a soap with essential oil in it. Well, that's weird.
But Eddie doesn't do essential oils.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I've never heard of it before.
This answers why he said good evening, because he's in Iraq. I get it.
Okay. I work in the field of car.
It is a different time zone there. I can validate that.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Thanks for joining us. Wish it would hydrate my driveway. Yeah. Jamie got a new he shed.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. For his podcast studio. It's very cool. Yeah, so it has eucalyptus oil in it for hydration and lubrication. That is interesting. Okay. Yep. Jamie, let me know when you can come out and help resurface the bad boy. The driveway. Yep. Swiss trucks. You're going to need a lot of samples.
Yeah.
Need a lot of samples. Oh, got it.
Okay, so he did send that.
He was resending. Yep. Thank you, Daniel, for coming. That was great. Nope, Joey doesn't fit in most attics. But you did fit in the PNS attic. Those are some high ceilings. I don't know how high they are, like 40 feet. I don't know.
I think I heard somebody asked Bob, and I think he said 28 feet.
Oh, okay. God, I would have guessed higher than that, but
I would have too.
Very cool. Shark bite.
Shark Hide is an aluminum product, not Shark Bite.
Cool. Okay, that's good. A sealant, very good.
Yeah.
Nice.
And that's a high VOC VOC product, so I don't know if you can get it in California. I don't know where that question was coming from.
Probably not. Yep.
Okay. Yep. Very cool. We might be able to point you in the right direction, right? We have a couple of partners in the Middle East, not in Iraq, but we do have United Arab Emirates. We do have Saudi Arabia. So head there. I will get with you, and I will send you an email. I'll communicate with you, see if we can't get you hooked up. So last comment I got. Very cool. Well, yeah, right on time. Right on time. Closing notes. Thank you, Adam, for joining us. This was great. Like I said, we wanted to have you on forever, so we were excited that this year you got to do both events, so wanted to bring you on. I'm so glad that you got to experience it, and it was great having you there. We always look forward to that, and just, anytime we get to spend with you is great. And what else do we have coming up, Keith? You're the master of the calendar.
I am. I send the calendar invites all the time with like a scourge at PNS when it comes to that. So This week, Josh Pierce and I are at DSI's customer trade show, which is the 22nd and 23rd, so Thursday, Friday in South Dakota. The following week, I am in Tyler, Texas. So Anthony Brown Jr., what are we doing for dinner on Friday night? Because I'm in town, brother. We're going to go out. So I'll leave that to him. If we're lucky, Pops, which is his father-in-law, will barbecue for us, which is an incredible experience. So that's the 31st. I'll be in Tyler at the Detailing World Grand Opening. The following week, 6, 7, we are in Utah with Shad at Budco doing their iShine event. So Bob, Sydney, myself will all be there. The following week, what's going on the 12th, 13th, and 14th of September, Sid?
Well, we are doing and I'm going to mess this up because I can't remember north or south, but we are doing a north.
Well, No, actually, I am with Lindsay Rose. I'm making
right. Oh, I'm off on my dates. Yeah.
Yeah. So the 13th, we are down in Roseburg doing a coding class.
Yeah.
And that may have something to do with, we'll roll out some toys there. Hopefully I'll have 8-ounce rehab bottles to hand out. And we'll have some fun at that class. The following week is the SoCal tour. Sydney and I, and maybe some other PNS luminaries, not Bob, because Bob will be out of town. But Dave as well will be in SoCal. We will go see some of our partners and plan some events. So that's coming up that week. And then we have a detailer training and coding event for the people in Wisconsin. Jump over the lake, would you, and come to Traverse City, Michigan. We're having a 3-day extravaganza in Traverse City at Seiler Sales. I'll be there for 3 days, and we got 3 days of not only coding class, but also IDA certification.
Yep.
And then the following week is the first week of October, and that's actually open. I don't know what the heck happened, but it's open.
Don't say that too loud. Somebody might hear you.
Oh, no, somebody's probably already sent me an email on it. But then the week of the 17th of October is the NorCal tour. So we have global skills validation at PNS that week, and then we go out on the road, and we will be at least Golden Gate North. We're trying to be at PNS East Bay, obviously, which is Stephen. We're also going to be at Bay Area Car Care Products and a couple other PNS distributors. So check that out. And that will be the full meal deal. As far as I know, I think it's going to be Bob, Dave, you, me, and potentially Rennie. So that's that. And then the following week, 24, 5, 6, we go to Car Supplies Warehouse. We go to Chicago. And we're putting the team on site there. Sid will be in for the Saturday detail class. We're going to shoot some videos. We're going to have some fun there. So that is the next couple of months. Our outreach program is strong. And then the week after that, PNS University happens for all our international partners. And then we go to SEMA.
Yeah, crazy.
SEMA is around the corner.
Crazy. Absolutely
Gonna be here before we know it.
Yeah, it really will. So.
Yep. And my only kind of note here is the next Bead Maker and Coffee 2 weeks from today is actually Labor Day. So we'll probably do it on Tuesday the 3rd. So we'll just move it back a day. I think last year we did it on Labor Day too. And, we just would rather everyone spend time with their families and stuff. So take the day off. So we will probably go to a Tuesday that day. And we may even, I know, actually, no, we will do Tuesday. And we have our team leaders, Peaches and Team Marvel, will be joining us for that one. And then probably, Team Peaches and Team Marvel. So we'll have Josh Petro and Jamie Buchanan on the next Bead Maker and Coffee. And then the one after that, we will probably do our most requested show, which is an afternoon Q&A with Dave Phillips. So we will work that in because probably getting around that time, we're going to have some exciting announcements with PNS. So that one will probably involve Dave. So make sure you jot those down on your calendars the next couple of weeks. You won't want to miss it. Anything else from you, Adam? Any closing remarks or anything you'd like to add before we sign off?
Well, I don't think I can ever put it into words, but just thank you for the tremendous opportunity. It was great to bond with the team. It didn't matter what van you were in or who you were paired up with. It was a great experience the entire week, and just a truly remarkable experience. So thanks again for sharing the opportunity, and forever indebted and grateful for the relationship Gordon and Bob have and making this a possibility for all of us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we were thrilled to have you.
Yeah, no, it was a great week. It was it goes by so fast, and yet it feels like the days are forever because they are long days. But Adam, it was an honor to have you on the team. It's something Sid and I wanted to do for a long time. I know we finally were able to make it work, and that goes for everybody there. Guys, we got a whole list of people we want to put on this team. That list actually starts today. Sydney and I will start building our list for next year of who we want to try and invite. So anything's possible. I'm super terrified and super excited for Peaches and Vern is what we're going to call that show.
Yeah.
2 weeks in one day. Sydney is not going to get the talk at all between those two guys. So it's going to be a good time. Sid, thanks for letting me kind of guest boost today. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Tony will be back. He's got some family things he's taking care of, and we miss him greatly. We missed him last week, but he will be back, and I will be back out of the chair soon. So thanks for having me on. And Sid, have a great week. What are you doing this week?
Actually, I'm working on Wednesday. I have like a 1986 Mastercraft that has literally just been stored. It almost shows no age at all, other than just everything super dry and dusty. So I will be fully rehabbing that old Mastercraft and coating it. So I am very much looking forward to that. That'll be a super fun project.
So you're going to be boat girl this week, huh?
Yep. So I've got a boat, and then I have another brand new Rebel to coat on Friday. So a couple coatings this week, a couple other little things, but what I'm most excited about is that Mastercraft. So that'll be awesome.
Is your staff going to come back out of school retirement to help you out, or are you all by yourself?
Nope, I'll be all by myself. All by myself. Today's my first day solo.
Wow.
I got nothing. I got the dog back there somewhere. Nope. Staff is in school, and I've been told she needs a few weeks to adjust. So, Anthony Brown Jr. coming in at the last minute. Hey, team.
Hey, Anthony.
Another amazing person. Another amazing person to have on the team. So,
you were great to spend the week with Anthony. Thank you.
Oh yeah, gosh, he was phenomenal. He helped me so much on getting content and stuff, but also just, what a great person to be around. And another person we had wanted to get on the team, and we were very thankful that he was able to join us this year. Everybody. I absolutely freaking adored everybody on the team this year. It was so great.
Yeah, there was nobody on this team that we hadn't been dying to get on the team for a while.
Yeah.
So it was fantastic. And that's really the way it is every year. It goes without saying, but what a great time. Thank you to Team P&S last week. You guys killed it. You made us look great. You made the events look great, which is what it's all about. Can't wait to see you soon.
Yes, and I love Chris Santo's closing comment. He said it was worth getting my face sunburned. We all did. Yep.
Yeah. I'm now peeling, so I got you, brother.
Yeah. Corey Taylor's neck looks a little red.
Yep. Yeah. Anthony says, sorry I got on late, but I missed it already. Yep, we missed you too. All right, well, kids, thank you so much for joining me this morning. I've got to get to editing a ton of video, and I got to get our 50,000K post up. So thank you again, Adam. Thanks, Keith, for filling in. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks plus 1 day.
All right. Until then,
take care.
Have a good one, guys.
See ya.